What's going on, all you fresh and fruities? My name is Mason.
And I'm Alex.
I'm Davis.
Oh, come on, Davis. You can do better than that.
I'm Davis.
I am Davis. And welcome to FU Fantasy Football.
Fantasy! I was waiting for the podcast.
I cut the podcast. We don't say podcast anymore.
Oh, okay, no podcast.
You think they know we're a podcast?
Yeah, if they don't know it's a podcast, then they're a bunch
We got
of
bigger
idiots.
problems.
F
Yeah.
you, listeners. Just kidding. We love you. Thank you for being here. Welcome into the show.
Let's do
It is Monday review time. We're going to call this the review window episode.
I'll
No,
allow it. I can work with that.
I kind of like him on
Yeah.
review window.
Oh, I thought you were talking innuendo, and I was very in on that. But
Out your door and innuendo.
there we go.
So we are going to talk about the week as it has unfolded thus far, and then we are going to we're going to rant first, and then we're going to get the fuck out of here, and we're going to watch some football tonight. How did we do this weekend, boys? How'd we fare?
Mason,
Awful.
you tell me.
You shut your whore mouth when you're talking to me. Davis put a whooping on me.
Oh, the deep down felt good. I was worried. I was worried there for a bit.
I was a little upset because I wasn't allowed to play some of my players because of bullshit, but I probably would have lost regardless, so it's okay.
It would have been a little bit closer.
It would have been a little bit, but not enough, I don't think.
Yeah.
But I feel good moving forward. But enough about me. Alex, how did you feel this weekend? This was a weird week.
It was a low.
Weird.
It was a low scoring week overall.
Yeah.
Like we had. I'm looking at it last week. We had 30 players go for 20 or more points. We only had 20 or more go for 20 or more points this week. So it's a very, very low scoring week.
Quarterbacks were way down. This week.
Yeah.
Very down. So we're gonna do a little different thing. I'm just doing the intro, and I'm gonna kick it over to Alex to drive from here on out because he is a robot and he's better at it than I am.
Get those settings
Thanks,
right,
Mason.
No. We're just gonna try a little bit different thing, and we're gonna see how it goes. So, welcome to the stage, James Alexander Bryan.
Hey! All right, a few rants to go to start. I'm going to talk about the freaking Giants because, man, I could have won an insane amount of money at the Giants. I hedged my bet. I'm good. I didn't lose money, but damn. Just sneak the ball. Why don't it's a 1 yard line. Sneak the ball. Why are you putting it in the referee's hands? Don't throw the ball on 4th and 1, the game on the line. You put the ball in the referee's hands, they're never going to throw that flag. Or if they do throw the flag, guess what? You're 4th and 1 again. Sneak the ball, run the ball, do something that's not. Let me do a trick play to Darren Waller in the back of the end zone. Giants, you're doing it to yourselves, man. You're doing it to yourselves.
Yeah, and then also at the end of the game, don't run the ball. Throw the ball because you need that time. They couldn't get to the line. Holy shit.
Listen, but
into
if you
the
don't
half.
run the ball,
Yeah.
if you
At
don't
the
run the
half,
ball,
what did they say?
Saquon Barkley has like 30 yards on the night. So I don't know. What you going to do about that?
Yeah, why? And you got away from him. They came out of the half and they were running Saquon and he looked great. And they were like, let's just not run the ball anymore.
Yeah.
What? Oh my God.
He looked great. So happy he's back. So happy. My rant is know your rules. Know the rules of your fucking leagues. I'm upset with myself, but I'm also upset with stupid rules. But it's mostly on me for not knowing the rules. If you have a trade deadline in your week, make sure you know when to do that so you can get your dealings done before then. And let the people you know you are dealing with to work by this timeline. You don't want to over push people, but make sure that you know they know that you've got things going on and you're wheeling and dealing. And also, if you have a long running league and you have dumb rules, make sure that those rules are updated and relevant and they fucking make sense, because I got boned by a rule that doesn't make any sense. So make sure you know your shit and make sure you turn that stuff over and don't be an idiot like me. Fuck! F you,
league-
rules.
I feel like I need to
league should
defend
have like
myself.
16 pages of rules. Every league should have
It's like 4 pages. Anyway,
It is a lot.
I don't need to stand for
so
this.
many rules.
It's a lot
He's
of
the
rules.
commissioner of our
You
main.
voted-
He's the co-commissioner
Yeah.
of our main league, and he's defending this asinine rule that makes
You
zero
voted.
sense.
You voted aye for it. So
No, I voted.
all
I
at fault.
wanted a much more specific. This doesn't matter. We're moving on. Fuck you, Davis.
Oh yeah. All right, my rant. Since Mason's over there, I can just see the steam coming out of your headphone covered ears right now.
I'm leaning back. I don't have time for this.
I'm wearing my Saints. For those of you who can't see, I'm wearing my Saints hoodie because
They lost.
this was a wooden stake into the heart of the apparently vampire offense because they looked good last week. They looked good against New England. 31 points. Great, cool.
The
Good
defense looked good.
And then just no against Houston. Houston's fun. I like seeing Houston be good, but man, the end of the game was like me playing Madden, where it's like, hey, let's just throw it deep 4 times, and chances are you're going to hit one of those. Never mind that we got 50 seconds to cruise down the field and throw some. You got Michael Thomas, who's a slot
Slant god.
You've got Lave that's catching everything under the sun, and you got a timeout. But no, we're just going to throw it deep. Hope that Rashid Shaheed is there. And guess what? In case you can't tell, in case you couldn't guess, we lost. So, we also had a kicker miss 2 field goals in that game. So, Mason, there you go. Get rid of kickers.
Fucking kickers.
Check them out. Offense is broken. I'm a little upset about it, and I'm trying not to let my rage completely show out.
Where the fuck is Chris Olave?
He had
Well, you had a good game.
he
Yeah.
had 6
A decent game.
for 80-something yards.
Okay, well,
But he's
still not.
he's
That's still not
basically
what you want. But,
him and Kamara and the Saints defense are all you can start from the Saints right now. The Texans looked solid. I'm sad.
And you're randomly healthy right now. The biggest thing that's been plaguing the Saints is that Lattimore was always hurt. Matthew was always hurt. You got old Jamari Davis and Cam Jordan. Like, that was my thought about the Saints. I was like, there's no way that those old guys stay healthy. And you're healthy. So you got to take advantage of these weeks when you're fully healthy.
Here's the end of the game. End game here is we cannot allow teams to score 20 points because we can't catch up.
yeah.
That's where the offense is broken. Everything should work, but if you can't overcome a team scoring 20, you're done. What's the point?
Derek Carr sucks. That's why.
Breaking news! Breaking news! I gotta do like a breaking news drop. Blah, 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 blah. Thomas Brown's calling plays in Carolina now. Aaron Rappaport just broke it.
Oh, really? Oh, that's good.
No! Yeah, no old school Frank Reich anymore. We got Thomas Brown calling plays.
Hell yeah.
Let's go, baby.
That's
Let's
interesting.
go, baby.
All right.
I guess when you're 0-6, you just do anything you can to just
Yeah,
Yeah, got to
Change
try
the
something.
get him some experience.
yeah. All right, let's go to the game slate.
Boom.
Review in the window, the rear view window. No, okay,
That didn't sound as good that time.
no.
Yeah, we should get a drop for that, but probably not that one. So we got the London game. We got Ravens versus Titans. Mason, what did you think of this game?
Don't mess with the fucking Ravens RBs. Just get rid of them. You don't need them anymore. Do not. I don't even know if they're rosterable. Find somebody else. They've just been abysmal, man. Hill, this entire year, 12.9 points, 8.3, 3.3, 12.5, 6.5. Gus Edwards, 5.2, 12.2, 5.1, 6.9, 4.8, 6.2. You don't need that production on your team. They're not doing anything. So don't have a Ravens running back. It's not worth it. Trade them away. Get something better.
But Mason,
Get rid of your Ravens running back. They are terrible.
Justice Hill had 3 catches for 0 yards. Your thoughts?
No, stop it. Don't
Lamar sucks in this offense. Like, he does. Like, you got to go back to the other offense, man. Lamar just doesn't know how to run this offense very well. It looks ugly. It looks
such high hopes for Todd.
Yeah.
do not mess with Ravens running back.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah, David. What do you think about this game?
Well, I'm willing to give it a little bit of an asterisk because it is in London, and I'm on record saying those get weird. But sell Derrick Henry immediately. Do not have him on your roster next week. This is as high as he's going to get, guys. I mean, he had he's getting, I think, 15 carries a game. I'm sorry, I should have had that up. He's
Yeah, it's 12 carries this last
yeah,
game.
he's had 2 games this year over 20 carries. Everything else is 15 or lower.
Wow.
And he saved you with a massive, massive run and a touchdown. He's just not getting the run, guys. Tyjae Spears is looking really good. Sell high on Derrick Henry.
Love this.
This is the highest you're going to sell on him. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's not getting any better, probably.
Yeah.
He's just inconsistent. It's every other week for him.
Yeah, I think it's a pass blocking thing because their line is beat up and Tyjae Spears is way better at pass blocking. I don't know what it's going to be like moving forward because it looks like Tannehill might miss a few weeks. So if Malik Willis is in, maybe that means that they don't have to pass block as much because he's more mobile. So we'll see. Also, I might try to get a Okonkwo or Westbrook Akine, because Malik Willis loves to throw to the slot. So it might be a little stash that you want to have. And Malik Willis might be fantasy relevant because he does run. We'll see. Maybe radar thing. That's not a watchable thing.
Yeah.
But Okonkwo might be something.
He was on
Nervous
the
about
radar to start the season for sure.
Nervous about Nuke. Nervous about DeAndre Hopkins. With
Willis in.
Woof.
That was my other hot take, was that while I say sell Derrick Henry, he's also the only Titan worth owning right now.
Yeah.
Tyjae Spears.
I just got rid of him before, and I got him for a steal, and I'm sorry that I trade.
Say who it was.
Yeah. My wife, I got a great trade from my wife. She really wanted to back up to Mostert, and I acquired Wilson Jr., and I got Nuke and Wilson. I traded them away for your boy Adam Thielen.
That was a great series of trades, by the way. I was very impressed.
Yeah, that was very nice.
Lots of strings being pulled.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Any other fantasy relevant news? My boy Keaton Mitchell didn't get run yesterday. I don't know. If they're just easing him in, but there's nothing. There's nothing else.
Zay Flowers, that big game we were hoping for.
Yeah, Zay Flowers, awesome. Better days ahead probably for Mark Andrews, but he was still fine.
Yeah.
All right, cool. On the next game, Commanders versus Falcons. My boy Sam Howell with 3 touchdown passes. Mason, your thoughts?
Well, just keep it on Sam Howell for a hot second. I think he's a top 10 play for the rest of the year. His schedule is
interesting.
The only thing is that his playoff, the last 2 weeks, 16 and 17, he plays the Jets and he plays the Niners. So I think he's relevant until then. He's got a great matchup. He's had awesome production. He's had over 17 points in the past 3 games, and I think 2 of those were over 20. So Sam Howell, awesome. Smash start, I think, for the rest of the way. I think he's just going to keep doing it. That offense is starting to click.
Yep. Yeah, you see the enemy kind of like getting his you can see his flavor coming into the game, and like the Antonio Gibson play was really, really nice. Even Brian Robinson, all these players are getting love except for John Dotson. And you went Samuel over Dotson rest away. Davis, what are you thinking?
Dotson had a big drop too that could have very easily turned into a score for Washington. That hurts, man. My take from this game, I think that you can start Drake London, and I think you may be able to start Kyle Pitts now.
Yeah, that's my other one too.
That's 2 straight good games for Pitts, and you're not going to hear me arguing about 9 catches for 125 yards on 12 targets from Drake London. It looks like Ritter is getting rid of the ball a little bit better now.
God, I fucking hate you.
You should have seen that one coming. Yeah, I think they're flex worthy. I'm scared to start them, but I think if you're in need, start Drake London, roll Kyle Pitts out at tight end, and I can't wait to eat these words next week.
Yo, they're going to suck next week. They're going to suck next week.
Okay, on the year though, Kyle Pitts is got a 21.1% target share, and yes, you think, okay, well that's with Atlanta. They're terrible. They don't pass the ball. Not true. They're middle of the pack. They're tied for 16th in passing per game with 34 per game. Last week they had 47 pass attempts. These guys, are probably worthy of a start or flex consideration. So just around that area, Seattle is another team they're tied with 6, and it's like you're definitely rolling out all those guys, you know. So
and listen,
game scripts have helped them a little bit.
Yeah, and the schedule before their bye in week 11 is really nice. You've got Tampa Bay, then Tennessee, Minnesota, and Arizona.
Yeah, oh God, yeah, those are all.
And listen, if Ritter's going to throw the ball, he threw it 47 times.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah, our big complaint has been that they're like Army or Navy or whichever one only throws the ball 3 times, and now he's throwing it 47 times. That's like Tampa Bay Tom Brady.
Exactly.
Yeah, but if you're looking at if you're Arthur Smith and you're like, we threw it 47 times instead of giving it to our best player a lot.
Yeah.
And Ritter threw 3 interceptions, you're probably like, let's just probably give it to our best player.
Oh, that will come back some, but like 34 is just decent, you know. I mean, compared to last year, I remember a stat they were averaging 24. That's crazy low.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
Alex, you got to give Bijan more than 13 carries. You got to give him more than 13 carries. Yeah. This is your eighth overall pick. Is that what you got? Yeah, eighth overall. I can't remember what his pick was. 13 carries for 37 yards. You got to get that boy rolling. This whole Algier, Bijan, like trading in and out, you got to get some rhythm to Bijan because, and I think it's going to happen moving on through the year. I think they're just kind of like saving him a little bit. But watch out for Bijan. If you can trade for him, I would.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah. I mean, he's not putting up great stats, but he like elite stats. But he's an elite player. Yeah. Anything else from this game? I don't think so. Really,
no, I don't think so.
Not a super fun game. This was, except for the Commanders. I really like the Commanders offense.
McLaurin shines a life, baby.
Yep.
Yo, and it gets Terrell. Oh wow, I couldn't believe it.
11 targets. 11 targets.
I was wrong. I told you not to play him. But I'm rarely wrong, so we'll see. Let's see. Next game, Minnesota versus Chicago. Game of the week. How fun was this game to watch?
What a stupid game.
God. F you, stupid game.
Mason, your take on this game.
Kirk is not playable until further notice. He looks terrible. And his matchups don't get any better, man. After the bye, they have, or wait, does he have a bye next week? I think I just made that up. So they have San Francisco. They have, wow, what is that word? I don't know what that is. Atlanta, New Orleans. What is that? That says LA? I don't think that says LA. Anyways, all of these are allowing all these defenses are allowing less than 16 points to quarterbacks. And 3 of them are top 10 against the position. So yeah, San Francisco, Green Bay, Atlanta, New Orleans. That's not a good slate.
That's where you want to be.
You don't have Justin
Green
Jefferson.
Bay. Wow, dude, this is the worst handwriting I've ever done. Holy cow. Sorry. I was like, what is that? Oh,
You'll be enrolling in penmanship classes after this.
Oh my God, you should see this chicken scratch. Yeah, Green Bay, not good. He's not playable. He's outside my top 12 until further notice.
Yeah, and it really hurts the pass catchers. I think Hawkinson's the only one I feel really comfortable about rolling out. That's
I think Addison too. You got to start Addison still, but it makes me nervous. He got saved by a touchdown. So.
Which is kind of the Jordan Addison experience. I don't think anything was really different in what he did yesterday versus what he's done all year. It's been 3 catches and hoping a touchdown.
Woof. Yeah, even Hawk only had 11 points something. It's not great.
Yeah, it wasn't a good day and Hawk was like good at the beginning of the game and just kind of disappeared towards the end. And it was against the Bears, so if it's gonna be like that against the Bears, you're like
exactly. It's only getting worse. It's only gonna get worse.
Right.
Yeah. What's your thoughts, May Davis?
My thoughts are
May Davis.
My thoughts are twofold. One is that Justin Fields went out with a dislocated thumb, which I'll be honest with all of you sounds horrible. Pop that sucker back in, couldn't grip the ball. So whatever a Tyson Bagent came in and was
atrocious.
Not any better.
Yep.
The other thought is that with Justin Jefferson out, the target distribution kind of went as expected. Hawkinson had 8, Osborne and Addison had 5 each, and Madison had 7. And they were terrible. All of them were terrible. So I'm with all you guys. I don't think you start Kirk Cousins. I think you have to start Hawkinson. And KJ, Osborne, and Addison are kind of hope and pray.
Madison's still playable because somehow he just gets 11 points every game. It's crazy.
Yeah,
And that's what you need. RB2 is just such a wasteland. You have to start him probably.
Yeah.
They're going to lean on the run more, I think.
Yes.
I actually kind of like Roshan as a buy right now because if you have a backup quarterback, they're going to try to pass the ball to their backs, or they're going to call a lot of plays to pass to their backs. So I like Roshan and Cole Kmet for the next few weeks.
Poor DJ Moore, man.
Sorry, bruh.
You're gonna have to temper expectations for him until Fields gets back, and they're saying it's going to be a multi-week for him. So
has to be,
his thumb is
pretty important. Thumb's pretty important for.
No, Alex,
we evolved opposable thumbs for a reason.
But when Aaron Rodgers had a broken thumb last year, that wasn't important to you. You didn't think that was important.
There's a breaks heal a lot faster than dislocations and ligament damage.
Is that how that works?
Oh my God!
It's fine.
All I know is that Ben Roethlisberger went 15-1 with a broken thumb. So we'll see.
It wasn't fantasy relevant for sure.
All right, next game. There's nothing else in this game, right?
No, move the fuck on.
It was ugly. Dante Foreman, I told you not to play him, and you should have listened to me. Seahawks and Bengals were next in the slate. Mason, what do you think?
Kenneth Walker is an absolute animal, and if you don't have Charbonnet as his backup, you're a fucking idiot. Go get him immediately. Do whatever you can to get him because we talked about it in the preseason. Kenneth Walker, they do one guy. They love having one guy. And when that one guy goes out, the next guy comes up, and he's immediately relevant. If Kenneth Walker goes down and you don't have Charbonnet, you're going to be kicking yourself because he's going to be immediately a top 10 play. Go get Charbonnet if you have Kenneth Walker.
And they're getting catches now. The thing was that Walker couldn't catch the ball. He's getting catches. He's getting a lot of receptions. I think you're right. I think Walker's a top 7 running back rest of the way.
At least. I mean, I think he's top 5 right now.
Yeah,
I'd agree.
Davis, what are you thinking?
So I was going to bring up Kenny Walker too. My one hesitation on him the rest of the season is that his playoff slate is San Francisco, Philly, and Tennessee. Don't like that, but you got to get to the playoffs first, so we'll worry about that later.
Yeah.
The rest of it, this was just like a brick fight. It wasn't great. Burrow started out strong and then kind of faltered. He had 5.3 yards per pass attempt, which you don't like. And Jamar Chase had 13 targets. So I think everything numbers-wise went about as well as you could hope. It was just a stupid game. Yeah,
great call by Mason saying that he thought that Higgins was going to be a decoy. He definitely was. He got a couple catches early, and then...
They did it last year. They did it last year.
Yeah, that was a great call. Signs of life from Boyd. I don't really care. I'm still not rostering Boyd, I don't think. And the guy I was thinking of that I was trying to talk about last week was I still can't say his name. Iasivas. He got a touchdown this game. I said Andre because I didn't know I can't say his last name. But that's a guy in Dynasty that's worth picking up. They like him a lot there, and Higgins probably ain't going to be back. Anything else in this game? Mixon is definitely still...
I have one last note here. It said, this game sucked.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. It was very...
Yeah.
Are we worried about the Seattle Seahawks offense in general? They haven't looked really great.
A little bit, but for the guys that you are playing, you're not playing Geno, but for Walker
Lockett was good.
And for Lockett, and even DK, I mean, he got you double digits, and he hasn't not gotten you double digits the entire year, so he's going to be fine.
They also got the vast majority of targets, 8 for Lockett, 10 for Metcalf. Which
they're going to be fine.
What I usually weigh things heavier on.
Since he's got a good defense. They got a good defense. So, moving on.
Wow. And when I said the Browns off a bye, you should be worried about them a little bit. And I think that they proved it, even though that San Francisco should have won that game. What do we think about this game, Mason?
Okay, so Alex, you and I were talking about this last night. The backfield for Cleveland was a little muddied, but I think it's still Ford. Ford was 7 for 84 and 2 for 7. Hunt did pretty well as 2, but he was only 12 for 47. He got the touchdown and he got 3 catches for 24 yards. I think Hunt is rosterable, absolutely. In a pinch, you can play him, especially with buys, now alive and well. But I still think Ford is the guy. 17 for 84 ain't bad.
I just don't think he's going to hold up. He's tiny. And 17 carries for a tiny guy. And I don't know what's going on with Pierre Strong. Pierre Strong had great yards per carry, and he didn't get to carry this game. Yeah. I don't know if it's his pass protection or what. They just trust Hunt more. But it's going to be to guys in that backfield.
But I mean,
they can't.
against San Fran, they both were very productive. I think you can roll them out pretty reliably, especially Ford.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's still. I think he's low in RB2 moving forward.
Absolutely. I think he'll be around 12 or 20. In my weekly rankings, but you've got to play him.
Oh yeah, I mean, you probably spent what $90 in Fab on him, or 90% of your Fab.
Yeah. So Ford is still very, very relevant and very playable.
Yeah. What are you thinking, Davis?
I'm going to pray for Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is very upsetting. The number one overall player in fantasy went out with an oblique and rib injury, tried to come back in and then left again. That more than anything else in this game was my WTF moment. Like, come on, man.
Who are you picking up behind him? Because Mason got the carries behind him. Eli Mitchell, 2 carries for -3 yards.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out because Mason looks good too.
Yeah.
So I think the smart move is to have both of them. I know you always do, buddy. Don't worry. The smart move is to have.
My name's Mason too.
Assault. I think ultimately Mitchell wins out. He's done it before. He's still getting healthy. I think this is his first game back in 3 or 4 weeks, but
I hope so.
Mason has he had some games last year too that were not bad.
He looks
so
good.
Yeah, I'm sure
who knows.
Mitchell is owned in the majority of your leagues, but if Ford, why did I just say that? If Mason is out there, go get him for sure.
Yeah, he'll probably be one of the top guys I talk about in waivers tomorrow. Little tease. Watch tomorrow. Ayuk 10 targets, monster. Only had 4 catches, but I mean, Cleveland was ready. They just came ready for him.
Yeah.
Debo's down too, so monitor that. Yeah.
Debo is down.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I expect 15 targets for Ayuk next time. And Kittle is going to get more targets if Debo misses time.
That's the thing in that offense. If one of them goes down, and in this case it's 2, the other 2 are going to feast.
Yes.
They will feast. So
the Browns defense is really good.
They were really good.
Not to take anything away from what they did, but there's a reason the Niners offense just couldn't get it together today. Also, I was wrong about Amari Cooper. I said don't start him last week. 4 for 108. That's startable.
Yeah.
Alex, you were talking about that last night. I think Amari Cooper is good. You're like, I don't think so. I was like, no, he was really good.
He was good.
And not only is he good, his hands are just so good.
Uh-huh.
God, he's that catch he had where he mossed that dude on the sideline was insane.
Yeah, you just watch this game and you're like, where's Amari Cooper? You look at the stat line, you're like, over 100 yards? What? How did he get 100 yards? I feel like
he may not have the burst that he used to, but Amari Cooper, you just got to
solid, man.
You just got to play him. He's quarterback proof. He has been his entire career.
And we like that kid. Do we like that? We can talk about the waivers tomorrow, but if Debo misses time, that Bell kid, that rookie, he was good last time. Debo,
sure.
Didn't he have a touchdown?
No. But
a couple of weeks ago, he did.
Yeah, we did have a touchdown. Yeah.
Moving on.
Nothing else in this game. We know the Niners we like. We know the Browns we like. I'm not touching Elijah Moore. I was same way. He's kind of like London for me. Like everything like shows that he should be a good player, and then it's just like when you put him in your lineup, you're like, ooh. I don't like that at all.
7 targets, caught 4 of them for 19 yards. So that's exactly what you like to see.
Yeah. I don't recommend
DPR.
Yeah, I don't want them. We can talk about it tomorrow with waivers stuff. Yeah. All right, New Orleans and
we can skip this one.
Houston Texans.
We can skip.
No, well, let's say we can at least talk about the Texans. Right? Yeah. Dameon Pierce, gross. Anything else that you want to talk about with this game, Mason?
Stroud is matchup proof, man. The past 2 weeks, he only had 14 points, but this was a down week for everyone. And as far as a quarterback, he was still top 10. There are 2 quarterbacks left to play this week, but he will be top 12 at the least. So he's playable, man, and he's got decent matchups moving forward. After his bye, they do have a bye. It's Carolina, Tampa Bay. Since he's not great, but then Arizona. So he's going to be a smash start. Top 10 play rest of the year.
That was his first pick on the year. 6 weeks in for a rookie. First pick on the year. That's awesome.
Should have been his second. I almost had a great call against Atlanta. He threw the ball directly
to Bates.
Bates, but yeah. Anyways,
no,
it's crazy. It's a great stat. That's a great stat.
Yeah, under 50% completion percentage, but a lot of that's due to him pushing the ball downfield. You're probably not going to complete as many downfield.
And also, New Orleans is tough defense, man.
Yeah, they were daring him to too. Like they were playing up. They always do that. They play very physical at the line of scrimmage. They dare you to beat him long, and he had a couple of long catches, and good for him. Devin Singletary I think he has taken that job, and I told you I was talking about this beforehand that I thought that he was taking this job.
Yeah, you did. That's a great call by you.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. Pierce just doesn't freaking work in that system, and they said it right away. Nico Collins is matchup proof. He's a start every week.
Yep.
Let's take a break because something's going wrong with Davis Hester, and I don't know what it is. So we're gonna figure that out. We were like
Triumphant return.
We were like, we're gonna take a break because Davis is something's going on, and then he came back. So,
cool.
My internet took its 1 o'clock nap, so that's
gotcha. We're talking about. I think Singletary has taken that job from Pierce. Pierce just doesn't work in this offense, and now we leave the Saints for Davis to talk about.
Oh, great! I came back just in time.
So just in time for sadness.
Yeah. I've already cried my tears, and I might get back there. Listen, the only people you're starting, or you could consider starting from the Saints right now, are Olave. Welcome back after a couple down games, 6 for 80. You can start Alvin Kamara, obviously, and you can start the Saints defense. Still had a decent turn. Held them to 20 points. Just guess what? Saints offense can't get over the hump on that.
Yeah.
Mike Thomas, if you're in a pinch, he's still going to get you 5 catches, 40 yards most games. But, man, it is so frustrating because there's talent on this offense. I already did my rant on this, and they just chunked it. But also, props to the Texans. They are looking frisky, and they are looking fun. Nico Collins, I'm sure y'all talked about him already, but good game by him. He looks awesome.
Yeah. You got to start him every week, I think. And the Houston defense, that might be because they're only going to get better.
Yeah.
So I think that's one you might want to consider just having as your weekly stream, especially you got the Panthers the next time they come back. Like they got some good matchups.
Yeah.
Except Bryce is slinging it now, so maybe you don't want to.
Speaking
of the Devils, we're going to talk about the Colts and Jags because they're next.
Not Carolina.
So Jags win 37-20. They look awesome, even though Trevor Lawrence is probably out with a knee injury. Hopefully he's not. But that run game is just unbelievable. Mason, you got anything to
Who did you say was out with a knee injury?
Trevor Lawrence had a knee injury.
Oh, yes.
At the game.
Yes.
Yep.
My take from this game is Moss, I think, is going to be playable the rest of the season. I don't think that they can bench him after what he's done and the production he's gotten. So I think it's a 1A, 1B with them for the rest of the season. And I think they're both going to eat into each other's production, which kind of sucks, but they're also both going to be playable as probably RB2, high-end RB2s potential for both of them. Yeah,
they're throwing it at both of them too. Like they're huge parts of this offense, especially with Minshew in. I think if Anthony Richardson has season-ending surgery, absolutely rest of season for these guys. They want to incorporate their backs, just kind of like
I just don't think that Moss can be benched after what he's done, and he still looks great. So,
and they're both getting 15+ touches. So you can play both of them.
Let me ask you this. I'm going to jump in front of you, Alex, and actually this question is going to start with you since you have both of them. Do you start both these guys?
Yeah,
you did.
No, I didn't.
Did you take one out?
Yeah, I took one out. It didn't matter. I got destroyed either way, but I needed the upside. But if I'm evenly matched and I need those floors, they're both 10+ point floor players. They're not a boom or bust for either one of them. They're both like obvious starts, but ceiling expectations, you're not going to have any more 30-point Moss games.
It is wild. Their stat lines were virtually identical except for the touchdown for Zach Moss.
Yeah. They're Algier and Bijan right now.
Yeah. And 5+ catches for both. The only other, Josh Downs had 5 and Pittman had 9, but that's, I don't see why not.
Same with Pittman and Downs. They're both great starts. They are both getting insane targets. This offense goes through 4 guys. Those 2, and then the 2 backs. We got to talk about Jags, I guess.
Davis, did you do your take yet?
that was what I was going to do, was actually lean in on the Jags, which was somebody last week during the rankings podcast had Calvin Ridley very low. I think it was me in the mid 30s, and we took a bet. So I believe I won that. The bet was top 20 play for Mason.
Oh yeah,
Less than that. So
There's your
great job, fellas.
did that
Oh, it was great.
noise right in the mic for you. There's a bottle popping
Yeah.
of Redemption Bourbon, straight bourbon
Ooh,
whiskey.
okay.
Ooh, it is good.
44% alcohol, 88 proof, batch
no Jim
number
Beam, but we'll allow
44. So down the hatch for
Down the
my
hatch.
failure as an analyst.
Now we know you didn't fail that. I will say for Ridley, 8 targets. So I mean the target share was there. He just didn't do enough with it. 4 for 30. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Evan
Better days ahead.
continues to be a vacuum.
As long as their quarterback's fine, I'm not.
They just jumped out of a huge lead, and that's
Yeah.
the problem with the Jags. They're actually just really good, and they're playing really good defense right now. Randomly, because that was one of my big knocks on them coming into the season, is their defense just didn't look good, and they're starting to play really, really good defense. They played against the Chiefs when they were playing against them too. If somebody's offering you, I'm kind of on the sell, not a sell high, like completely high, but I think I would offer ETN for Kenneth Walker straight up. If somebody would do that.
You would rather have Kenneth Walker?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think ETN is just game scripts have helped them a lot. Kenneth Walker is a big part of just what that offense is.
Yeah. They've always
at
got to run
too.
first there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
18 carries for 55 yards. He started out super strong with 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, and then kind of just missed away.
Yeah, it's his efficiency. I mean, it just doesn't look amazing, and I don't know. I think Kenneth Walker looks amazing. I think he's a phenomenal back, and I think ETN's good. I think game script has really, really helped him, and I think that you should manage expectations going forward. I think he's still going to be a top 10 back, but I don't think he's going to get you those elite numbers. He's got a lot of touchdowns this season so far.
Mm-hmm.
I've got one last little thing before we move on. Christian Kirk is just a fucking stud, man. He is Mr. Reliable. He is a great floor play every week since week 2. 21.96, 15.4, 16.4, 14.4, 13.9, 23.6% target share, and they are the 12th most pass-happy team in the league. So he's just going to get you a beautiful floor of anywhere from 13 to 20 points every single week. He is awesome.
I thought this division was going to suck. This division is awesome.
Yeah.
It has so many good teams and so many good young players.
Yeah.
Man, what a fun division this is. And Richardson, I hope they say Richardson. I hope he comes back next year. He gets fully healthy. When Richardson comes back next year, after like a year of dude, this division is awesome. It's so much fun.
It's just fun. It is exciting.
Yeah. All right. Moving to the next.
Quick note, I forgot about the Jags. Because Lawrence is day-to-day, they do play Thursday against the Saints, so that's either going to be semi-fun or an absolute just like mud fight, and maybe don't get involved in any of that with Trevor Lawrence if he's day-to-day.
Yeah, I have him, and I'm going to get another QB. Moving on to Carolina versus Miami. Carolina jumps out of 14-0 lead, and everybody's excited, and then Miami comes.
Did nothing else with it.
Mason, what's your thoughts of the game?
Get every share of any Dolphin you can get your hands on. I don't care if it's Braxton Berrios. I don't care if it's Salvon Ahmed. Get those guys on your team, because in a bye week and a pinch, they are going to get you points.
Yep.
That's all I have.
Yeah, and
Moving on.
Chris Brooks is hurt. He got carted off the field, and it doesn't look like he's coming back. So that Miami that had 5 backs is now down to 2. So Savon Ahmed might be the waiver claim of the week. We got to look and see what Wilson's looking like. But
the way you pronounce his name is with a K. Don't add because there's no C or K in it. But that is.
But you should know.
Not our native tongue.
There.
It's Ahmed.
Yeah, but he's the backup right now, and it ain't like the other dudes are.
Wilson Jr. I mean, when he is on the field and healthy, that dude is electric too, man.
Yeah.
He's like almost the exact same player as Mostert.
Yeah.
He's also fast as fuck and dynamic. We just as long as like, fast as fuck, boy.
And we know that. Yeah. And we know that they can support 2 backs. So.
Yes.
And they only got 3, so so I would just roster all of them.
Yeah,
because when it goes down, you just interchange.
Go get them.
Davis, anything you think about this game?
Holy Adam Thielen, Batman. 11 catches, 150.
I wasn't allowed to play him.
Well, if only you
cheater.
listen to the rules.
Stupid rules.
I mean, 13 targets. There's nobody else. Also,
Yeah, so there was usually one other one, but he did have this. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But there's usually either Chark or Marshall or somebody. But it wasn't this game.
Nobody else. The next highest target was 6 for DJ Chark. Let me ask you guys this, since you're both my resident Panthers fans: should Chuba have this job?
Yes.
My other note is Chuba should be rostered. He does have a bye, but he should be rostered in every league.
They look great.
It needs to be Chuba's the Melvin Gordon role and Sanders the Danny Woodhead role. Is that how it should be? Like, he usually has this power guy. Like, whatever you think about Taylor's just like a powerful downhill guy. And Sanders isn't really that. He's more kind of nimble, kind of patient behind the line, and he's multiple. Like, he can be a good pass catcher. And
Chuba doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, Chuba is
just
like
going through.
He's just
straightforward,
man. He put 20 pounds of muscle on this year, and you can tell he is bullying people.
He just eye test. He looked better, and I think that's obviously because
injury.
He's injured.
Miles Sanders.
Okay. Sanders, I was like, Sanders.
And Chenault went down early with an injury, and they're using him in the backfield.
Yeah. Miles, they're on a bye next week, so Sanders is going to have a little time to get better, but he's not looked right all year. I don't know if 2 weeks is going to or 3 weeks, I guess, is going to make him fully healthy, but he's got to be rostered.
Yeah, Thomas Brown coming in, and Thomas Brown, I think, actually hurts Chuba because Reich is more of the downfield. Our guards aren't there. Like, it's a mess with the running into the line of scrimmage kind of guy. The Rams do more of a Shanahan style run, so speed matters a lot more. So you might see a little bit more Blackshear and I'd say Miles Sanders. We'll see how it happens. I wouldn't start Chuba, but he's definitely worth rostering for sure.
Yeah. Now you got to see how it is, but he should be rostered.
And Tyreek Hill's really freaking good at football.
God, that whole
Mostert, it turns out.
So is Waddle. Turns out.
So is Waddle. All right. I don't know about that game anymore. I did. You know what? I did save myself. I bet the anytime tutty for combo Mostert and Hill, and I paid out. So
that's going to cash most weeks.
Should have paid a lot more money for that.
Yeah,
and put on.
Jesus Christ.
Okay,
we go.
Hurry, Alex, get the fuck on. I don't think about this game anymore.
Oh, you want to talk about this game? Patriots and Raiders.
No.
Jesus. Terrible too.
God, man.
Okay, I'm just gonna go straight in.
Yeah, dive.
Sell high on Ramondre Stevenson. Sell high. He has been abysmal before this game. He has not had a game of 60 yards rushing yet.
Yeah.
And he's not catching balls. He got a touchdown to save this to get him to 17 plus points. He's an RB2. He's a touchdown dependent RB2. Ramondre Stevenson, sell high, touchdown dependent RB2.
I'm going to yell at you for this because he caught 5 balls for 24 yards on 6 targets yesterday.
Okay,
so
but that's the first time. That's the first time he's had any sort of.
But if that's happening,
he's had 3 games of single digits before this one.
Yeah, if you want to own a Patriot, do it at your own risk. I don't want anything to do with this offense.
Do it on your own time.
That's what I'm saying. Sell high off of a good game.
Jacoby Myers is definitely start him every week.
Mm-hmm.
Davis, what else do you see in this offense or in this game?
Michael Mayer. If you're looking for a tight end, he showed flashes of it last week and then came back this week with a strong 5 for 75 on 6 targets. That's what you like to see out of your tight ends. He had some good promise coming out of college.
Oh yeah,
really like him. Keep an eye.
Second tight end off the board. Most people had him number one in their rankings. Yeah, Kincaid just went above him because of the system.
Right. I'm not ready to start him yet by any means, but get him on a roster and see what happens. Because if he's getting 6 targets a game, I like that a whole lot.
Yeah.
And he definitely could be available in Dynasty. Probably not.
Yeah.
I actually bought him early on because I was like, oh, he's not part of this offense yet. Let me just add him into a trade. So I have him on my Dynasty roster with Laporta. Oh, I'm feeling real
Oh, I like that.
feeling real good. Anything else? There's three, like you said this, Davis, 3 players in this game that you wanted to roster: Devontae Adams, Myers, and Jacobs, and those are the only ones that matter. Really.
Speaking of Jacobs, what do we do with Josh Jacobs? Because 25 for 77 is not good.
Yeah.
2 catches for 16 yards. Like that's basically an 11-point game on somebody that you drafted high second round. He's had 1 blowout game. I'm pretty out on him right now.
Yeah, that's the floor. That's what you drafted him, I think, as a floor. I don't think he's ever going to have 30-point games.
You got to play him because he still does have. I mean, he had a 24-point game last week.
He had 27.9 against the Chargers, 19.9 last week, Green Bay, and then this is his highest scoring game other than that, 11.3.
Yeah, you should have traded him when he had his boom game, but now you can't.
What's his schedule moving forward? Does anyone have that pulled up?
Yeah, so he's got Chicago, Detroit, Giants, Jets, Miami, Kansas City, and then bye week 13.
That's kind of up and down. There's some good. I mean, next week's another good one.
I think you still have to roll them out, but you don't feel great.
You should get the return on investment, I think.
They're going to be running the ball a lot more now that they're going to have a backup quarterback in there. Too.
Right.
They should have been leaning on him this whole time. But, I mean, New England doesn't have a bad run defense either, so.
True.
I think if you can get like a Byler receiver, like if you can get Devonta Smith for him, I think I'd do that. But I don't think that anybody's going to.
It totally depends on what you have. It's like the same argument with Garrett Wilson all year. If you may not have a better option than Josh Jacobs.
We'll get to Garrett Wilson.
Get out there.
We'll get to Garrett.
Talent always overcomes.
Please, God, let's move on from this fucking game.
All right, Detroit and Tampa Bay. Everybody loved this game. Everybody had everybody going in this game, and everybody, I think, delivered except for Mike Evans. What do you think, Mason?
This game, do not worry about Mike Evans. He had 10 targets. He was a target monster. He had a down game, but the target share is still there. Feel free to roll him out the rest of the season. He's going to be a borderline wide receiver 1. Do not worry about Mike Evans. And Chris Godwin had a great game too. He's starting to have good, he's put 2 good games back to back.
Yeah.
So Baker admitted he had a shitty game. He also got a little banged up. This offense is going to be fine.
Yeah. Yep. I think so too. I think Godwin is a perfect kind of receiver for Baker. So I like Godwin rest of season 2. Davis, what do you think?
He's more of a floor play. You're not going to get those huge games. Don't expect 20-point games, but 13 to 17 points, absolutely.
Yep.
How about Jared Goff bucking the he can only do well at home?
Yeah.
My man had
shut my mouth. He heard me and he said, "Hey, Mason Walters, I heard you up there in FU Fantasy Podcast, and I'm going to show you what for, sir."
I've got to go down.
And then he showed me.
Yeah.
David Montgomery going down helped that a lot because if you're not running the ball, I mean, you got to pass the ball, right? Is that how it works? Don't run, you pass. Okay, yeah. So I think that helped a little bit. So there's a little bit more nuance into that, but yeah, go ahead, Davis.
Yeah, I was going to say 353 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's going to get it done. The majority of that going to the Sun God. Amon-Ra looked unbelievable.
Yeah.
12 for 124 and a touchdown. Yeah.
Reynolds needs to be rostered in every league too, though.
Both Reynolds right now.
Both Reynolds. Dude, Craig Reynolds with the block of the year, bro. He lit that dude up. It was awesome, man.
I literally did. I was into the potential tackler.
Oh, dude, it was so awesome. He blew. That's why that guy is rostered on that team, because he is a hustle player and he just does not give a fuck.
Yeah,
great.
Trey Palmer, I think, might be worth rostering. Every time I looked up, I was like, who is number 10? Who is that? Who's Palmer? He had 7 targets. I'm like, okay, it's weird. I don't know if he's going to be a part of this offense moving forward or not, but 7 targets is 7 targets to a guy I'd never heard of.
Porter's getting massive targets still. He's a little nicked up, so he maybe didn't have the burst yesterday, but he's going to be fine.
Yeah, Tampa Bay is really good against tight ends. I mean, Devin White is super.
They're really good against tight ends. Yeah,
they're amazing.
Which, by the way, Kyle Pitts plays them next week, so don't play Kyle Pitts against them.
After everything I said,
we just talked
after next week. After next week, he's probably playable, but do not play him next week.
Damn it, Mason!
You only own him for 7 weeks to play him.
He's a hybrid wide receiver tight end, but I Not next week. Not when.
I'm so angry at you. Carry on.
I said he should be rostered. I don't know. You don't play him next week. You know?
Moving on, Arizona versus LA. Arizona's offense looks anemic without Connor, which is kind of what I thought. I thought that Connor was going to be the Barkley, and when you lose one, then the whole offense goes to crap. What do you
Stay
think?
away from that backfield. Stay
Yeah.
away from that backfield. I'm going to do some quick hits here. I'm worried about Tutu Atwell. The other two are just going to get so many targets. Puka will have a better day. He dropped a touchdown. He was
Oh God, yeah.
fine, but he still had great target share. And Cooper Kupp is a god. So there's that.
Yeah, Damian Williams passed DeMarcado in the depth chart. I think it must be because DeMarcado, they just want to let him focus on special teams, I guess. Damian Williams had 8 carries to DeMarcado's 2. So Keontae Ingram is definitely the back you want to own if you're going to own them. So you must be in like a 32-person league if you're going to own one of those. Davis, what do you think?
You hit my Keontae Ingram bit. The one main note I had is Tutu Atwell droppable at this point. That was kind of where my poor little brain took me.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot else. I will say Kyron, I believe, had 0 points going into the half, Kyron Williams, and
he had 0.4.
Fix that right up. Well, it depends on your league scoring, okay, you jackass.
If you're in standard, I guess.
Yeah.
Standard decimal.
We play in decimals. And then came around with 20 carries for 158 yards and a touchdown. I guess he could have caught a ball. Would have been nice if he'd had a ball thrown his way, but we'll still take it. That was a big show.
McVay, it was very obvious the game plan that Gannon had. He's like, yeah, we're just gonna drop 8 and we're gonna take away the pass. So McVay was like, okay, I'll just run the ball every single play in the second half and give Kyron Williams the best fantasy day of the week.
Recently acquired Kyron Williams. Thank you, Alex.
Yeah. It was looking good for me in the first half, and then McVay's just so good, man. He's such a good coach.
I did not realize that Stafford only threw the ball 24 times.
Yeah, and they were probably all in the first half.
Yeah, most likely.
It was like a game of 2 halves. But Kyron Williams definitely showed that he can run between the tackles, and he looked really, really good and explosive. Nothing else. I mean, this is Ertz, whatever. He's kind of like a borderline tight end one, but he's probably on your waiver wire.
Dubs. I don't know if he's startable anymore.
Yeah, not while Connor's out. Connor makes this offense go. Makes this offense go. Yeah, and not until he's back.
Yeah.
All right,
and he's on IR, so it's going to be 3 more weeks.
Don't start any Cardinals anytime soon.
Yeah, Hollywood will probably be fine, but he's a flex play probably. Low end wide receiver 2 flex play.
Yeah, a lot of targets, a lot of volume.
Yeah, he did, and he had a bad drop too. God, he had a bad.
Yeah. There's nobody else in that team. Sucks for Wilson because he was just starting to get going. I mean, you still got to keep him on your roster, hopefully, because of talent. We don't have to, but
Rams have a decent run game, so hopefully, if they open up their run game, everything else will open up too. But
yeah. The Jets Eagles. Let's go Jets. Jets. They made me so much money this year. Oh God, love the Jets. Big Jets fan. Mason, what do you think about the game?
You brought up Smith earlier. He's going to be fine. He had 2 really nasty drops. It was just so fucking annoying, but he had 11 targets. He's going to be good. This game was ugly, and it was ugly from Hurts, and it was ugly from Smith, but he got 11 targets, so he's going to be fine. He ended up with 9-point-something points, but he's getting the targets, and he's going to be fine. They have a good defense. Even their backups are good, so...
Yeah,
there you go. That's all I have.
Yeah, definitely a good system for sure. Yeah, Devonta Smith wide open, no one close to him. Ball literally right here, drop, and he just
it's like he fell asleep at the wheel, man. I don't know what the hell.
Something's going on. Like he has some T Higgins in him going on. I don't know if it's because he has a 5th-year option coming up in contract, and maybe I don't know. I'm speculating. I'm speculating that
he'll be all right.
He's going to be fucking K. Yeah. I'm sure he's going to go back and watch that tape, and his wide receiver coach is going to ream him, and then he's going to have a good game.
Okay. I think because Mason talked about Eagles, it seems like Davis probably wanted to talk about the Jets. Maybe. Go ahead, Davis.
Yeah, I'd love to. Breece Hall had a big game. And Philly's third against the run for right now, so that was not a given that was going to happen. But 5 for 54 in the air, and then 39 yards and a touchdown. We can work with all of that, especially given that the Jets are not the most offensively capable team in the league.
Hey man, they're getting better and better.
Yeah, I think you still start Garrett Wilson.
Hell yeah, Wilson to Wilson's going to become a thing. Yeah,
8 for 90 on 12 targets. Love it.
Yeah,
Wilson and Wilson. Oh.
Aaron Rodgers being on the
what was that?
Well, you know from the Muppet Christmas Story.
Oh man, that
Barney and Barney.
Oh, that took me way back right there.
I don't
random reference.
Yeah,
they're so different names.
I'm gonna need some redemption after.
Oh,
that.
got it.
All right. Yeah, I mean, start your studs. It doesn't matter.
Him today.
Breece Hall is really Breece Hall's smash start. He's up there in that Kenneth Walker range where he's getting all these catches too.
Yeah.
And something happens when Rodgers is on the field with Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson is a different player. He looks way, way, way better, and his schedule starts to get pretty easy. He's now beaten the Bills, and he's beaten the Eagles, and he should have beaten the Chiefs. We probably should change our tune on Zach Wilson just a little bit.
No, absolutely. It's Wilson and Wilson. Oh,
doubling down. I love it.
Yeah. Drop Dalvin Cook. He didn't need to be on the roster.
Yeah.
No, you do not drop Dalvin Cook.
Yes, you do drop Dalvin Cook.
If you have Breece Hall, you have Dalvin Cook.
I mean,
Michael Carter's coming in to start. He's coming for that backup job. Michael Carter looks pretty good.
Yeah. Dalvin Cook, I saw a couple plays from him that he still looked explosive. He looked fine. He's not getting a lot of opportunity, but
if he looked good, give him some opportunity. 3 carries and 1 catch.
But 2 of those 2, I don't remember the third carry, but 2 of them he looked good. He looked fine.
Yeah, he went a whole 12 yards.
Especially last year, he's a volume guy. Once he gets going, he gains momentum. It's like heating up,
I've seen that he's a trade candidate too. I think he's kind of unhappy with his role. So we'll see. We'll monitor it going forward. There's definitely some backs hurt. That
on and offense, would you rather have Madison or Cook?
Cook.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's his opportunities. The dude still got it, I think.
Okay. If you don't have Breece Hall, trade him to the Breece Hall owner.
That was an interesting question because the Vikings clearly feel differently than we do.
They didn't want his contract.
Fine.
They wouldn't get off his contract.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're paying him way too much money. Kind of like
somebody would pay me way too much money.
We were talking about Dalvin Cook. We got to get the fuck out of here. What are we doing?
Let's go. The game of the week. The Giants and the Bills. What a great, unbelievable game with an awesome ending.
And that's it for this fantasy
episode.
Right, so anyway. Next time.
This is not a fun game. Tyrod looked great, except for these 2 terrible. Oh God! At the end of the half and the end of the game, he killed himself because he was better than Daniel Jones that entire game.
Oh yeah,
and he just vomited on himself. What are you doing, Tyrod Taylor? This is your chance. What are your thoughts, Mason?
I am very nervous about James Cook. He is not doing well. He 5.1 2 weeks ago, 7.1 this week. He's got New England next week, which is a decent run defense. You were hoping that he was going to get more receptions this year. He has 13 on the year, and he has 1 total touchdown.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
I think it's a Josh Allen problem, not a Cook problem. I think Josh Allen looks.
It doesn't matter whose fucking problem it is for fantasy purposes. They're not getting him the ball very much. Right. So I just you got to keep rolling him out, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think you sell low on him.
Flex.
Yeah, I would sell low on him.
No, I don't. I don't think you sell him. I think you just gotta. If you've got another guy, I would play him over him next week.
Yeah.
I don't think it's at New England. There's no way that he's going to do well.
Yeah, until you see it, I agree.
They don't use him at the goal line. They use either
Latavius Murray
or Latavius Murray at the goal line. So he's handicapped there. And I said that at the beginning of the year is that I think he's going to be great from the 20 to the 20, but that's not good for fantasy. You can't get good production as a running back if you're not getting touchdowns and if you're not getting catches. And Cook is just not getting that. So
yeah,
I'm nervous. I'd be nervous if I was an owner.
I like Latavius Murray kind of rest of the season. Harris is out because he got a neck injury. Harris. Yeah, I hope he's okay. But
give the thumbs up. So
there's only 2 backs in the offense, and you got to think the Bills are going to be winning more than they're going to be losing. So he's going to be ending a lot of games, and he's going to be at the goal line. So he's going to have value for sure. Davis, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't disagree on Josh Allen just looking off, man. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but 19 of 30, he didn't throw the ball very far either, 5.6 yards per attempt, but Stephon Diggs got pretty much every single one of those throws. Threw the ball or completed the ball 19 times, targeted Stephon Diggs 16 times.
Jesus.
That's an interesting ratio.
Gabe Davis back down to earth.
Yeah. I'm saying it's not a Gabe Davis problem. It's a Josh Allen problem. And that's just kind of who Josh Allen is. Like, you have to keep on. I would keep rolling out Gabe Davis because of the upside, but you just don't know what Josh Allen is going to get. 12
or 3 receivers you can, but besides that, I don't know.
Yeah, until the offense starts looking better, it's just it's like the Ravens. You're winning games, but and the Eagles for that matter. It just looks off. It looks weird. Yeah.
It is crazy that this game was as close as it was. This should have been a fucking blowout
for sure.
Yeah. Wan'Dale Robinson is rosterable.
That was one of my notes too. 8 catches on 8 targets. He's a possession guy. He's kind of like a very, very dollar store version of Chris Godwin. You can do a lot worse. I also want to call out Quentin Morris. First career NFL target, went for a touchdown on a very tough catch.
Oh Josh Allen God! Yeah,
threaded the needle on that one. So I just wanted to give a shout out. What a way to get your first target. Also, why?
Speaking of big catches, welcome back. Jameson Williams' touchdown was awesome.
Bring him up earlier. Yeah, 53 yards.
Alex hates Jameson Williams so much. It's incredible.
You see him on the sideline, he was like, "Oh, I didn't even think they were going to throw me the ball."
Yeah, but the way he tracked that ball was fucking incredible, though.
Yeah, I tried to tell y'all. He's got some talent. We'll see what.
Of course he does. No, I'm in the middle of the two of you. I'm riding the.
I just think he's an idiot. I think he's super talented. I keep on comparing to Martavis Bryant. Like, I think it's just like. It's just he's just kind of like
Martavis Bryant out here catching strays.
He didn't really deserve that.
I don't want to talk shit about Davis Williams anymore because I don't know him as a person. And I'm sure he's a very nice guy, but he just seems like he's just not invested in football that much.
Well, he is.
He's invested in catching touchdowns.
He's invested in.
He has like 7 catches in the NFL, and 2 of them are touchdowns.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, he has 7 games in the NFL and has like 2 catches in general.
High efficiency. Anyway,
high efficiency.
There you go.
When called upon.
Yeah.
They give you like let's see, catch. They give you like 3 points a game. There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody go roster Jameson Williams. That is all the roster. We got through it in an hour and 2 minutes, so it was about the same. I woke up at noon and we were supposed to record at 11:30, so I didn't get any Twitter today. So I'm really sorry about that.
We'll incorporate that into the conversation more. We'll find a new segment for that for later. Right. We're gonna do waivers tomorrow. We're gonna check and see how our looking forward to waiver claims. The redemption bourbon is starting to take hold of my tongue. But we're waivers tomorrow, and there's some good ones. After last week was a little bleak, this week is going to be chock full.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, chock full.
Chalk.
All right. Mason, take it over, man.
Yeah.
Give us our outro.
You know what we say. Oh, hey, by the way, it's happy birthday to me. I turned 36, and so thanks for you guys for recognizing that.
It was 2 days ago.
Well, my dog's birthday was yesterday, so happy birthday, Kobe.
Yeah, happy birthday, Kobe. His name is Kobe Bryant. Alex's last name is Bryant, as you can see, and so that's fun. And as we say at the end of every episode, because we do hate fantasy, fuck you, fantasy
football podcast. Oh, yeah, I read the podcast.
It's Wilson and Wilson. Whoa!
And ending recording now.
No, that's Dave. That's Dave.